welcome to Crofton Farm. Today we're going to be making meatloaf for Sunday lunch. And I'm not going to do a whole video on what I'm cooking, but I'm having green beans and mashed potatoes, and I made a pone bread. But I'm getting ready to do this meatloaf, and I thought maybe you'd like to come along and join me. Now, first I put in my beef. Just dump it in there. I normally use about 2 pounds. And I've got to cut up, let me pull this down a little bit, and you can see I'm going to be, now in the summer, when I start getting peppers, I use what I can, and then I cut up a lot and I freeze them. And then, you know, after a while, I normally just like wash them off, let them dry really good. And then I stick them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer and just do it whole. So here it is in February, and I have one of my own green peppers out of the garden. I have jalapenos. I have a lot of stuff like that. And they're a little bit more wilty, I guess you can say, but definitely it's going to be good, and I'm using mine and not having to buy, which is always good. So I cut my green pepper. I don't like them really big chunks like some people do. I don't do big chunks. I dice them kind of small. And a lot of people don't, they don't even like green peppers in their meatloaf. And I really didn't. Larry does, and I started, and it's not so bad. I started making it with green peppers, and as long as I can get it small. I think there's a bad spot. And matter of fact, talking about freezing things, I was going to tell you guys, back in the summer when all my cantaloupe and watermelon and all that was coming in, I had more cantaloupe than I knew what to do with. So I had noticed on YouTube a video of a lady that froze her cantaloupe. And I guess you can do smoothies and stuff like that, put it in smoothies. But I actually got some out the other day, and I let it thaw just a little bit. If you let it thaw all the way, it'll get kind of mushy. But I let it thaw, and it was so good. It was like my cantaloupe here in February, which is awesome. And I had never had any of that before. Of course, I'd had strawberries and blueberries and blackberries and things like that, but never the cantaloupe, Normally, you just wait till that time of year, and it's always a really big treat, but it definitely was a treat for us the other night when I got it out and we were eating it. The sound of this makes me think my knife's dull, and it's really not. It's because that it's the green pepper is a little bit flimsy. It's, not fresh. Okay, so I'm going to throw that in. Ooh, it's a strong onion I'm getting ready to cut up. And I like to do my onion real small as well. Larry's going downstairs. I'll run him run him downstairs. Unless he wants to be in it, he has to go down there. And then I'll dump that right in as well. I do love onions. I love onions better than peppers. I thought about making some pintos, but I decided against that. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. So, we're going to put in, I've got 2 pounds of the hamburger, so I'm going to do 2 eggs. And while I'm thinking of it, I normally, in my meatloaf, use crackers. Some use oatmeal. It just depends on your preferences of what you want. So, let's see. I use Zesta. That's the only kind I buy. Actually, I like Zesta, and Larry likes the premium kind, and you know, it is what it is. I'm also going to put some onion soup mix in it. I know I've got onions in here, but this will make it taste really good. Actually, it's beefy onion soup. Okay, now I'm going to do half a teaspoon, about a half a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon of pepper. And then I'm going to do just a few shakes of Worcestershire sauce. Probably about 5 or 6, you know, till you want to stop. And let's see, what else am I supposed to do? I do a little bit of the ketchup in here as well. And garlic. I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon of garlic. And I'm about out of this one, but I keep garlic. We eat a lot of it, so I keep fresh garlic as well. Well, if I can get these open. You know, they ought to come out with a Ziploc bag for older people that can't open things. All right. I almost forgot. I put a little bit of A1 in mine. Just a little bit. And then I'm going to say maybe about a half a sleeve. Depends on what it looks like. And if y'all want to do this a better way than me, you know, with a fork or something like that, that's fine. I use my hands. So then I mix this all up pretty good. Now make sure that I get my eggs. My eggs mixed up in it really well. Now, we were expecting company today, so I normally don't do this much. But I already had it laid out, so I thought, what the heck? And what I may do with it, I'm going to fix 2 loaves, and I may go ahead and shrink wrap, not shrink wrap, but use my, whatever it's called, I can't even think what it's called right now, and put it in the freezer. And that way one will already be made, and all I'll have to do is get it out and warm it up one night. Okay. Now, I don't have really fancy pans or anything like that. I have these bread pans that I've used for a long time. I have 2 of them. And that's what I normally use. Or you can use like a Pyrex dish or something like that. Just however you want to do it. Normally it's just, this is enough for, Larry and myself. So, okay, what I done is I greased my pan earlier. And I'm going to separate this into 2 different. And this is going to be enough for us for a couple of days. Okay, my oven is ready to put in. I baked this 375 because I like my outside to be a little bit brown. For probably about 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. It's just however you want to do that. Anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour at 375. Normally, a lot of people bake it at 350. But like I said, I like mine browner on top. And I will bring you back and we'll do the topping. See you in a few. Okay, guys, now I'm going to make the topping to go on my meatloaf. Just going to squeeze out some of this ketchup. And I'm not measuring. Since mine are not that big, it's not going to take a whole lot. So, I'm going to put in, let's do it this way, maybe about a half of a teaspoon. I can find one. Right there. A half of a teaspoon of onion powder. And I'm going to, this time I've never done this, but I'm going to put a little bit of brown sugar in mine. I don't like mine sweet, but with everything that I have in my meatloaf, I think this will be pretty good. So I'm going to do about a half a teaspoon of that, and then I'm going to taste it and see what I think. If I have to add more ketchup, I will. So I'm just going to mix this up. Actually, that's not bad. But I think I do need to make a little bit more. And no, I'm not out of ketchup. I actually have more in the cabinet. stick. I'm not going to do just a little bit more of the brown sugar. That's good. Okay. Well, when this gets done, I will put this on it. Be right back. Guys, I forgot to mention my dessert. I made a cherry yum yum. Very simple recipe. Simple as everything. You can use 1 box of vanilla pudding, 1 container of Cool Whip. You make your pudding just like the directions say, and then you add the Cool Whip to it. And you can use one of these, a Pyrex dish or whatever. What is it, 9 by 13 or something like that? Just layer it. Put a layer of graham crackers and then a layer of your Cool Whip mixture, and then you can add like a filling, cherry, blueberry, strawberry, whatever filling you want. And you just keep layering it. And this is what mine looks like. Cherry Yum Yum. Now, my son Blake loves the strawberry, of course, and Larry likes the cherry. So, since my son's not going to be here today, it's cherry for Mr. Larry. Okay, guys, it's almost done. So, I'm going to pull them out. Ooh, hot. And I'm going to drain them. And they're just small. Let's see if I can't find something to drain the grease. I actually need one of those new meatloaf pans where you can pick it up and the meat will be actually, the grease will be away from the meat. I don't know what they're called, but okay. Now, I'm going to take, let's see if I can get this down just a little bit so you can see. And I'm going to take my mixture. I'm going to spoon a little bit in on top of it. And guys, that topping is really, really good. I normally just do like ketchup or even A1 sauce. But this is pretty good. I think it'll go over well. Everything is just about done. All I need to do is get my potatoes off and cream those. I fixed just enough. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put these back in the oven and I'm going to cook them for probably about 10 to 15 minutes. So, okay guys, we'll be back in just a moment. Okay guys, my lunch is done. I'm going to turn this around and let you see. Okay, I have my creamed potatoes and green beans and corn, and here is my meatloaf. I have my pone bread that I have broke up and put in this bowl, and here is this wonderful cherry yum yum. God, it looks good. Okay, guys, that's it. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. If y'all have any questions about anything that I made today, just please leave a comment or send an email. Please like this video and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.